Yeah, what is going on, everybody? I am your host, Slackerz Gaming, bringing you the next matchup in the DLC character tournament. It's going to be a good matchup. We haven't had this matchup in any tournaments, so this one should be good. But, so if you're new and you want to participate, you're more than welcome to. Just a couple rules I want you to follow. So, you only get one vote per person. You know, we don't want to overflood the, what the voting and, make it unfair or whatever. But one vote per person. The way you vote is by simply down in the comments, type the name of the character in today's matchup. You can see the two characters by either the thumbnail or the title of the video. Vote for them down in the comments who you'd rather have as a DLC character in Smash Ultimate. Doesn't matter if they're Assist Trophy, Pokeball, Pokemon Spirit. None of that matters. This tournament is for fun. So vote for who you personally would rather have. It's a double elimination tournament, so if there's a character has to lose twice before they're officially eliminated, and we go till there's a winner. If there's a tie in the voting, I flip a coin, break the tie. Easy way to do it. So, with that out of the way, we're going to go over the results, first of all, from last week. Oh, wait, what was the matchup? All right, so it is another quarterfinals matchup in the winner's bracket. So, two characters that have not yet lost, but, well, one of them already has. You just haven't seen yet. So, the character that ended up losing in the matchup, by the way, was Lloyd Irving taking on Gino. So, let's see what happens. The winner is Gino. Ends up winning 62 votes to 35. Lloyd put up somewhat of a fight, but Gino still reigns supreme somewhat, if you want to put it that way. But yeah, congrats to Gino, moving on to the semifinals of the winner's bracket. But Lloyd is not done, like I said earlier. It's a double elimination tournament, meaning you got to lose twice. So Lloyd, it's only his first loss. Just drops down to the loser bracket. So let's see. Lloyd will end up taking on the winner of Skull Kid and Crash Bandicoot, and that will come up, I believe on Friday. I think that's coming up on Friday. So yeah, that's then. But we got to get to today's matchup. Oh boy. So the matchup, by the way, Shantae taking on Banjo Kazooie. Now, Shantae, in my tournaments, and I've done multiple of these, and she's been in two of them. She won the first one, didn't even lose one matchup. And she's just coming off a win against Bandana Waddle Dee, 211 votes. That's nuts. For these tournaments, that amount of votes is absolutely insane. Alright? I mean, she's the only character. Check this out. If you want to go over, come on, there we go. So, Shantae, first game, 160 votes. Second game, 133 votes. Third game, 211. But now she's going up against some... She's really starting to get those heavy hitters. Got Bandana Waddle Dee. Now she's got Banjo, and we'll see how this fares. So, Banjo's not doing too bad himself. He beat Rayman, he beat Elma, and he beat Shadow the Hedgehog. So, this one should be very, very good. Let's go over. So, I'm pretty much gonna... I mean, at this point, there's nothing new I could say about Shantae. I mean, she's got a great history with Nintendo. She'd be a fantastic character, honestly. I used to be on the other side of the fence. I didn't like the character. I didn't know anything about her. Like, why is she? I thought she was a joke character, but then through the community, my comments section, I was able to kind of learn a bit more about her. And now I really kind of like Shantae, and I would not mind one bit if she was playable in Smash Ultimate. It'd just be really cool. Honestly, I think she's got the moveset, she's got the personality. I think plus she's an indie character, and that would be like the first indie character. But again, she's a spirit. That does not matter. I got to point that out. That does not matter. She's a spirit. Don't care. It's tournaments for fun. It's all for fun. But Shantae, she's got a good history with Nintendo. I've said that. Her games sell pretty well. I mean, she's pretty popular. Like I even stated earlier in the video as well, she hasn't even lost a matchup in any of my tournaments she's done. Fans show up to support Shantae, at least in my tournaments they do. So there's a lot of support for her. I can see why. I've watched... I still haven't played any of her games, but I've watched some gameplay. I've gotten to kind of know about the character a bit. I even made a moveset about her. Just kind of like coming up with moveset for her was actually really fun for me to do. Just to kind of see how maybe the character would play. And I really like the idea of Shantae. Plus, she's a female. Always room for more females. Always room for more villains. Not saying she's a villain, but, two different topics there. But, I mean... Shantae, the support, I mean, I'm just going to say, people are going to show up to vote for Shantae. Pretty simple. It's going to come down to how many people will show up to vote for Banjo as well. That's Duh, that's what it's going to come down to, votes. That's what this tournament's about, voting. But, so, yeah, Shantae would make a great addition to the roster. I have, I've done a 180 on the character since, like, last summer, and I feel like she deserves it. The way forward games, like I said, I'm not stating anything new. There's not much I can really say about Shantae, or not much new I could say about her. I mean, way forward games has gone out of the way. They've designed all these alternate colors. They've gone out and, I was going to say protested. No, they've gone out and kind of whipped up a whole bunch of support on social media, getting fans to go vote for her back on the Smash ballot for Wii U 3DS. And maybe that's why she ended up getting in as a spirit. Maybe because of all that, the fan demand, that could be why. But I don't know. Shantae is just a good character. I think she would make a fantastic addition to the roster. I truly do. But I also feel the same way about this character, Banjo Kazooie. Absolutely. I mean, good history with Nintendo. Just, of course, it comes down to, does Microsoft and Nintendo, can they make some sort of an agreement? Can they make a deal to put Banjo in Smash? Now, Microsoft might have a few other front runners. You could say Steve for Minecraft would definitely be the front runner, I think, for a rep from, well, Microsoft. That'd make the most sense. But Banjo, in terms of his history with Nintendo and the fan demand, I mean, I truly feel both of these characters, Shantae and Banjo, they absolutely fit the style and the vibe and just the whole shindig. They fit Smash, the Smash style so well. I would love both of these characters, honestly. And I think, I mean, Banjo, what else do you say? Iconic duo, the Bird and the Bear. People know about him. Microsoft is sitting on him. Phil Spencer, the head of Microsoft, has already given his blessing on Twitter, saying, yeah, we're more than welcome to let Banjo be in Smash. But it all comes down to, would Nintendo kind of reach out to Microsoft and be like, hey, we know you'll let Banjo be in Smash, but let's sit down and hammer something out. Let's come up with some details. Maybe they make it a DLC character. Maybe that leads to more Banjo games. Who knows? And plus it could be good for both Microsoft and Nintendo. I said they should do the remake route, similar to Crash and Spyro, but I think somewhat similar, somewhat recently, somebody from Rare had said it's not a smart business decision to remake old games that were popular, back 20 years ago and just remake them with the new technology and new graphics. I don't know, Crash and Spyro seem to be doing pretty well. Why not do this? People like the character. People would like to see more of the character. Plus, Microsoft needs more first-party characters, and they're sitting on this juicy nugget of a character. But, come on. This one... okay, so voting-wise. Let's go... I just got to go who I have more of a personal attachment to, I guess, for my votes. I'm voting Banjo. Again, I would love both these characters in the roster. If I could vote, if I had the rule, you could vote both, I'd vote both. But that's not a rule, unfortunately. So I'm voting Banjo in this one. I just have more of an attachment to the character. I grew up on Nintendo. I grew up with Banjo. I grew up with Mario and Zelda. Donkey Kong, Kirby. Grew up with all that stuff. So Banjo's got a special place in my heart. And still not playing any of the Shantae games. I'm not sure that would, if I played the Shantae games right now, I'm not sure that would flip-flop my vote, but I'm just saying, more of a personal attachment for me goes to Banjo, so he gets my vote. So, pretty simple with this one. Yeah, last question I got is, who you voting for? Either Banjo or Shantae. Pretty simple. I don't know, I guess, I never know what to expect with the Shantae matchups. Do I expect huge amount of votes? Well, kind of. She's been over 100 votes in all three matchups. She's going up against another big character. Maybe more people come back and show their support again, try to get Shantae that win. Or do people want to vote for, against Shantae? Like, hey, she hasn't lost ever. And she hasn't. She still might not lose. That's still a possibility. She could win this whole tournament. By the way, quick note. I asked the other day, maybe the end of last week or something, if I should make a brand new tournament. I think I asked this on Monday. And I'm thinking I'm going to do that, but it's going to be series that are not repped in Smash Bros. So it's going to be like a whole fresh slate of characters. So sadly, like Shantae would not be in that tournament because she is a spirit. So any form of representation in Smash Ultimate. Characters from that series would be, nixed. They don't have a chance to be in the tournament. I'm still coming up with how many characters I want to put in the tournament and how many, I guess just the overall number and who to put in. That's what I was looking for there. So, yeah. Anyway, who are you going to vote for, Shantae or Banjo? Let's show you the sneak peek for tomorrow's episode. The matchup will be Geno taking on either Tails or Sora. We'll get that matchup tomorrow. The results for that tomorrow. So we'll get to the results of that, and then we'll get to see who they face in the next round. So, yeah, right there on one screen. Results and the matchup. Cool. So, anyway, I think this should be another just big-time juggernaut of a matchup. Two huge characters going at it. In terms of popularity, at least for my channel, they're pretty popular. Talked about a lot. Voted on a lot. So, we'll get to see what ultimately happens. And, yeah, enough rambling. So this episode's coming to an end. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. I definitely look forward to the voting for this one, as always, as with every matchup. And hopefully we'll catch you on the next one. Peace out, everybody.